You can, introduce it, however you want to do that. You can go now, we're rolling.
Okay. I'm Kathie Barry-Osterhagen, and I'm a lesbian. Have been in my entire life, so I definitely was born this way. I grew up in a very small town, about 9,000 people in Monmouth, Illinois. Pretty rural country all around. A lot of people were farmers, so we weren't like big time anything. Probably my 8th grade year, maybe my freshman. I remember laying in bed just bawling and saying, there has to be more people like me. Help me find the other people like me. I can't go through life like this. So it was kind of challenging being in that environment, growing up, knowing who I was and knowing that I could not tell anybody that, or it was going to be very bad. I decided to go to Lincoln Christian College. I guess maybe in the back of my mind I thought maybe it would fix me because the message was so clear that I was broken. I switched schools very rapidly, and I could begin to see maybe a little bit of a light where I could be me. We had a end of year kind of a cookout gathering for the advocates in that program that I was in. The woman in charge of the program was, did you make this? Is this? She's chit-chatting. She said, are you good at cooking? And I said, yeah, I love to cook. And she said, would you consider living in a group home with boys and kind of taking charge of things? And I said, I'm going to need to think that one over. And but I ultimately did. I began to get into quote-unquote the professional realm of things. I had to once again go back to wearing certain clothing, makeup. Board of directors for the group home would not have been happy if they'd known I was lesbian. I met this woman, Lisa, and she was kind of in the same field. One night the boys caught us laying on the couch together. The next day, so you're gay, huh? And I said, no, I'm lesbian, but pretty close. And they had no problem. Not a single one of the boys in the group home had a problem. And they just started calling Lisa Mom also, because they called me Mom. I discovered quickly that it was not a safe thing to do. It was not safe to go out as a lesbian. There were 2 primary gay bars in the community. People would be sitting out there along the road, and if we would pull in and get out of our cars, they'd start throwing rocks, pop bottles, harassing names. That was really hard to deal with, to think that because of who I am, these people who don't know me immediately think I'm perverted. It was very scary, but by the time I came out, I was done with being afraid. So I wasn't going to let anybody stop me from enjoying my life, and dancing was one of the things I liked. And dancing somewhere where nobody cared, was really something I liked. Then I moved, Lisa and I moved out to New Mexico. I just decided that I needed to take about a year, take a sabbatical, go live somewhere in the mountains, and just be at peace and not worry about what I look like, what I'm saying, how I act, any of those things. And it was probably the best thing I've ever done. I came back from New Mexico and decided I needed to be a little bit more active to try and get some of these rights and things changed. Doing protests, or going in and lobbying with the senators and the representatives of the state of Illinois to talk about, let's have a conversation here. So this one woman that I connected with pretty strongly happens to be Katie's other mom. We had a lot of fun talking on the phone, and I remember one night saying, okay, so when we get together tomorrow, let's do it at this time, and this is over the internet. And then at the end I said, now take a look outside at the stars. And she did, and I said, so every night when you see the stars, you can know I'm looking at the same stars. I shut the computer off and I went, ah, shit, what did I just do? Because I knew she was not letting go at that point. I told my mom, I said, I want to tell you something. I said, I'm lesbian, and I have found somebody that I really, really feel good with. And her response was, the only thing that matters to me is that you're happy. And she said, no other titles matter, and who you're happy with doesn't matter. I love you, and I'm very happy that you're happy. Mom's got my back like she always has had, so that was good. That was a good point in my life. It was one of those major points where okay, you can breathe and go on. Because then Diana and I just, moved in together. She sold her house, moved in together, began exploring ways of having children in our life. And they were raised to be who they are, not who they think somebody wants them to be. And, we're pretty proud of them. So yeah, life turned out so much better than I ever expected that it could. I did not foresee me with a family. I did not foresee me with children. I saw myself living alone, having friends, and working. I can't even really put a word to it. To look back then and now, it's just a world that I never believed could exist, and I feel empowered. I could have never dreamt it into being. It's just totally awesome. I can look at my daughter and smile, be very proud of our family.